Hello, it's Pink, Orange, and Gold. And why is it not game capturing? It was literally capturing before and now it doesn't. I was gonna do like a review for this game, but apparently it doesn't even want to capture. The Lost Chaos servers are down. So I guess I'm just gonna record this game. If it even wants to capture. I mean, that's stupid. I mean, I want to do like a review of this game. I want to say it's not very good. But I spent too much time in it. So... There's a lot of problems with this game. Like, I think generally the gameplay kind of works fine. I just really don't like the game balance as it is. If you want to play this game online, as I'm doing right now, there's like only one option really, if you want to just do like random matchmaking, which is to include like all of the expansions that you have. And I'm kind of a big hater for the Oceania expansion, which is like the most recent one. Like a Wingspan base game is fine, Swift Start is okay, it's like a little bit of an expansion, and then European expansion. You get a few other cards, you get like end of round bonuses and like stuff like that. So this is like the European expansion, you get like very cool birds like the eagles and stork, mute spawn, vulture, the gulag goose. So pretty nice birds, and like Udwin's ghoul. Mostly it's somewhat plays the same as the base game, so I don't mind that that expansion too much. It kind of adds a little bit by adding like small things with end of round goals and round ends, stuff like that. So this is pretty nice, but Oceania is just not really nice, in my opinion, just because it just adds too much. If you play like this, you add like all of the cards. There's just too much of a card pool to even choose from. So I think there's too many cards in this expansion. The board changes a little bit to make it a little bit harder to gain eggs. It gets harder to gain cards as well in the water space. So there's a lot of downsides, and then because there's like a huge pool of cards you get to choose from, you almost never really get the cards you want. And then there's like added bonuses with like the what's it called, nectar, which is like a bonus food, and it counts for like all of the foods. Maybe just get all of these. We can't even. Fine, we'll just get everything because we want to build the eagle. Birds that have this nest, or birds that can live in water. I have no idea. I'll just go for like birds that can only live in water. Like I think with the Oceania expansion, the birds are getting added. Some of them, they might seem strong, but it's like this game end stuff is like kind of useless. It doesn't give you too many points. And then it's like lay 1 egg on each bird in your water, including this one. So you get to lay like up to 5 eggs. But this thing costs like 1 food, and it's like one what's it called? Like 1 of these like victory points. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of Oceania. It just seems like it just adds too many things, and then you try to compete for nectar, and then you get a few points for it, maybe, but then it's like the other round goals are just getting even less important as they were. And then it's like this weird ass egg distribution. Like you can't just lay 2 eggs immediately. You have to like build a bird, and then you can lay 2 eggs. And then here you can lay 2 eggs if you have 2 birds, and then you still need to pay up for like additional cards or food to even play. Maybe I'll just go for like more bird draws. But I'll play this bird here to just be able to even draw 2 birds at the same time. And then I could take a card and lay an egg, so that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna play any Oceania birds. Sometimes it takes a long time even for all the other players to even take a turn, which can get annoying, and then by the time your turn is up, then you're just basically already fallen asleep. So but generally it's fine. It's a fine game. It's just for what it is, I believe I'm just spending too much time in it for what it's worth. I want to play the yellow throat in my water. Yeah, I don't like the other bird I tucked away because it doesn't give me much. You get to draw 2 cards when you play it. That's like a one-time bonus. Don't think I'll play the red start, but... And the eagle, this one, it's a nice bird. Lots of points if you just tuck cards below it instead of actually paying for the mouse cost. Or rats. I don't know. But I could play this like any time. Like at the very end I could just play that and it would still be worth lots of points. And if I play it now I have to tuck like all my birds below that, and I don't really want to. So if I do want to draw food, I might have to tuck a card to even get more food. And maybe I'll just place the barn owl in the woods to even have something there. So yeah, it's fine. It's just, yeah. Just a little bit mediocre for what it is. And how much time I spend in it. It just kind of feels like with the Oceania, it's like, it just feels like there's too many goals. Like you have this goal, that goal, then you have nectar, then you have like different kind of food and different kind of eggs and card draw, that it just gets a little bit all over the place. And then you have like a huge pool of cards, which is, it is nice. Like I think you could also like see here that maybe you hover over it? No? Maybe over here you could see that? I don't know. It's somewhere it should say like, oh, you have like, well, I don't know. Let's just play this part first and then I'll continue talking. Like I believe you could see here how many cards are in the draw pile. Oh, maybe if you click this question mark. So there's like 329 cards left in the deck, and there's like 26 bonus cards, and there's like 5 cards in the discard pile only, and like 3 bonus cards in the discard pile, which is like all of the bonus cards the players didn't keep. So it's just fine. It's just the problem is maybe that you just don't have many options here. Like they want to just make it just one type of online. You could do custom games and you could just set like whatever cards you want to play with. But if you just want to like play like randomly, quickly online, it's just there's only one way to play. And you could do this for like 5 minutes rounds or like 72-hour rounds if you just wanna not finish a game ever. And that's not true because they will finish, but it's just by the time you get back to a game, or if the game has advanced, then you probably have already stopped caring about that specific game. Sets of eggs in those areas. Let's just draw some food and maybe play this bird in the water. So we need like a roll dice not in the bird feeder, so we'll just draw like 2 of those. 2 of those worms, fine. Hey, we got 1 mouse or rat. This is like not a very good predator bonus, but it's like something at least to have in the forest. Would usually not like to have that, more like to do like took a card below it which is a wingspan less than whatever centimeters. Like also the Oceania, I think it has like 0 added achievements, so it's not too much to go for that. You could, like I might be wrong about that actually, I might check it out. Wonder if the game just even stops capturing now. Yeah, I guess there is added achievements for Oceania. I was wrong about that. Not that I really cared about achievements, of course, as you know, but I did get all the achievements, even in Oceania, so... I think the most disappointing thing is just not having too many options to just set up custom games online. Because if you don't like Oceania, or if you just don't want to be playing like in with a deck with over 350 cards, then maybe it's nice to just get rid of like the base set and just play like Oceania plus European plus like Swift Start. Or even not without Swift Start, or with Swift Start and just European expansion, and then the Oceania and just have a little bit less choice of cards, a little bit less randomness. Now generally it is still a fine deck building game, it's just I think with Oceania it just feels a lot less like, oh, I'm actually playing and building an engine here. It feels more like, oh, I'm doing stuff and at the end I get like points for it, but if I get big points or small points, it's like it feels really random because it just feels like that. Let's just draw some cards, because we can draw like 2 cards and then we could draw another 2 with this this bird. So we get to see a lot of cards. Birds that can only live in water. I only have 1 yet. Maybe I want this in the forest, because this might actually win a lot of nectar points. This is kind of expensive, but yeah. I might keep this too. So reset the bird feeder, gain 1 fish or 1 rat. So maybe ditch that. This is like additional bonus cards, so who knows. Don't want to ditch it, but yeah, let's ditch that one. Even that's a lot of points, so but whatever. But yeah, maybe this is like a trap. You just get only one victory point for even having that, and then maybe you would even win nectar in the forest. And because you gain like 2 dice from the bird feeder for like 1 food spent, maybe that's good, but like maybe at the end it's not worth all this effort. But we could just keep drawing if we really wanted to see if there's something comes up. The round will end like after this one, but I'm not gonna have like any eggs in my realms except for the water. If somebody wants to have like 1 egg in all of them, then they're happy to have those 4 points. That's fine by me. I'm just gonna draw more cards, I guess. It's just that I draw 2 and then I draw 2 with the other bird. But I still have to ditch 2 cards because the this bird wants to have 1 tucked to lay an egg, and this one wants 1 discarded after my turn is done. So I guess I'm not getting too many cards, but at least I get to see a lot of cards, and I get to choose which ones to keep, which is nice. So like this game, it's been going fine. It's just always the first round, or sometimes the first round you just feel like, oh, I haven't really achieved much. This is kind of an okay bird. You get like a lot of food types if you just reset the food, the bird feeder. I'm not sure if I want to go for that though. Although we would be able to just play that. And then after that we could maybe immediately play another bird because we get like food from the bird feeder and stuff like that. Now we get... Okay, we get one grain. Just try and go for a couple of cores again. Yeah, I don't want house wren and definitely don't want the birch you can play sideways. Like this one. It's like 0 points. Like you could play it sideways here, but then even if I played it sideways here, I would still be able to get 2 food and then trade a card for a food. Even if I played it like just normal, like vertically like this, instead of on 2 spots, it's like almost the same. The only difference here is that your next bird is gonna cost 1 egg more. And then you could spend a food to reset the bird feeder, but who even does that? This one is in more than one territory. Let's go for the Wingspan. So we can reset the bird feeder, we get a food in each type. What? I don't think this was selected like before, but just try to play around here and see if you can maximize the masked lapwing. Because I don't think every time you get like the most offered like by default. So I guess now we could play the lorikeet, the rainbow lorikeet. Then maybe draw some foods. I could maybe play this, then play that to get some bonus cards. And by the time I play those, the round is probably over. Those aren't really brown powers that I'm playing, just only the rainbow parakeet. So we'll see what we'll do. Just this and this, that should be fine. And by the time I played like all of these, then I should be out of eggs and I should be drawing cards again in order to get more eggs back before I can play more birds. If I play this, I can also draw, also lay an egg. Or get a food. Or draw a card. But it's like only one of those 3, not like 2. I don't really want those in my forest, do I? I'd rather have some brown powers here to activate, so maybe just play them here. Birds that eat only worms. At least we have one of those. So we draw a card. There's not too much interesting here in the deck or in the tray, so I guess if we lay an egg, we could potentially play another bird. But we don't need an egg at the moment, so maybe if we play food. Maybe we could just bell zero this. And this one also counts for the birds that eat only worms, so might be nice. Now also this game, the music, I just find it like super repetitive after a while. So like every time I play this, I'm pretty much have this. I think when I played it, I had like all the sounds like off. But like the sound effects is fine, I think. But at some point, why would you even keep that on? So play this here, or we play this here. I think here is just better. So maybe we could even eventually get to lay some eggs, but consecutive birds in forest with ascending or descending wingspans. So this one is going down, but now we're already at 46, which is quite low already. But there's a lot of birds smaller than that, maybe especially in forest. Birds in your hand at the end of the game. I think this one will get us more points, because I'm not sure how much cards we're gonna end in our hand at the end of the game. Probably not a whole lot, because we're out of the eagle and then 3 cards below the eagle, so to tuck as a cost and to just get points for having the cards tucked, so don't think I'll have a lot of cards at the end. And like drawing cards here, I only draw like 2 because I discard 2 here. Discard 1 here, tuck 1 here, draw 2 more, but those are gone. So I can't just draw like 4 at a time without having to tuck or something. Now I'm not very interested in any of these cards in the tray. So if I draw, it's gonna be from the pile or just try and get like food. Maybe food is now good because we could just do food and we can discard this to the spent nectar space in the forest. And then because there's only 1 food, we could reset this. We get the nectar back and then maybe I'll play this. Yeah, I do have some birds with a 3 nest. Hey, another rat. That's convenient. So the other players are having 3 nectar here in the grasslands and in the water. And the green player doesn't have much. Just 1 in the forest, which they're probably not winning with my parakeets, lorikeets. And here the brown powers I'm not gonna win. So I'm getting like 1 point, maybe 2, but that's like 1 point difference. Yeah, maybe we could win round 3 by just having a lot of food. But yeah, food in your supply at the end of the round is not very useful. It's just more food you could just spend in the next round. And that round is just to get eggs. Wait, does it say anything here? Count the total number of birds with this specific nest type that have at least one egg. Each bird counts just once. Oh, right, yeah. Regardless of how many eggs it has. Star nest count towards this goal. So I only have like 3. And if I play this, I have 4. Which is fine. Oh, we don't even have eggs to play this. That's a nice thing. Fine, that was a... I might just have to lay some eggs here. So I can get rid of my nectar, because the nectar gets deleted anyway. So if I do that, I get like 4 points. If I draw more food or draw chords, I don't really get much. And I don't really get to lay a lot of eggs, it's just... Let's see, I can only discard 1? No, I can discard 2. Do I want that? I don't even know. Yeah, with laying only 1 egg in this passive way with tucking a card, you don't really get to get a lot of eggs. So let's just lay that on that, so that should count for 3. The others have like 1. And like 2 only at this point yet, but that doesn't mean much. Because I only have 3 at this point. So I think next round will start. Right. I also think it's kind of dumb in a way that how this works, because I think there's somewhat of an advantage. Like if you start in the first round, then another player starts here, another player starts here, and then you get to start again in the last round. So I think there's kind of a big advantage, or depends on how you say big. Kind of want this one. Don't know why, but it counts towards that at least. Plus it's like a bonus, and you get bonus cards. Star nest. This one, I've played it before, but yeah. Discard a bird from your forest. Put this bird in its place. Do not pay an egg cost. I played with it before, but I don't know. Could even go for chaffinch. Let's see, what do the others have? They don't have a lot of cards either, or... Yeah, fine, they can have chaffinch, whatever. We could play this because it counts towards the only eating grubs or worms, whatever. I think officially they say grubs, but... I was also trying to see here how they call this nest type, but they just call it the specific nest type. So it's not very useful in that sense. Food dies in the bird feeder. Your food. Yes. So whatever it's called, It's just an icon anyway. And here it's just like, oh, birds that eat only. This symbol. Fine. It just kind of looks like this game, the opponents. It's also, whenever an opponent finishes a turn, you can't even keep looking at the board you're looking at. It just switches over, and that sometimes is annoying like that. You could also look at the board like this, but then you could even like, you could only see it like this, or you could see like this, or you could see like the description of what trivia they have. But this is like what they do, or the power, and this is like the picture and like the eggs. So it's like, I don't know. If I was designing this game, I would have designed it differently. Different layout, and like this, it's okay. And I kind of like this one where you can't even see like anything, but it's like nice and big. So I kind of want this and that, but then I also want a nectar to spend. So maybe I'll just ditch a bird. I don't really need this. It's not a bad bird, but let's get a nectar. Now I could spend it here, but I don't know if I want to get more ahead. That's fine. Oh, let me just undo that. Like, some things you can undo, but if you actually draw cards, then obviously you can't undo that. If you like made a decision, you draw a card, which is like from the draw pile, and you see what card it is, then yeah, you can't undo it. Some things you can undo by just going out of this game and then maybe go back to online. But it's like nothing which get undone, which is like unfair. So do I want to play this? Or that, or that? Because of the red-winged blackbird, I'm never gonna get like 5 birds in the water that can only live in the water, so... See, they drawn birds. Like, maybe I want to play like this bird and this bird and just forget about the borrowed golden eye. Let's go for red knot first. Why? Don't know. Birds in your habitats with the fewest bird. That's kind of a nice one, because you like usually always get some points out of that. Yellowhammer. I don't know if I want that. Maybe actually, but I'll just go for like a close card. We can keep one of them. don't think I'll play any of those. This one is actually one that eats only this symbol, so maybe that one. But I don't know if I'll play that. Could play it even in the forest. It's like next turn we just get some food. And then we'll play Atlantic Puffin. And then maybe play this here. Just to get 3 points for it. Plus like 2 for the other bonus card. And then maybe 2 here as well. Could be good. It just kind of helps for like all of my bonus cards, right? Except for the water one. Oh, there's also even that. That's nice. Do I reset now? I think yes. Then we could just get another nectar. Then we'll just spend a nectar. We'll get like a... So what do we want? Probably a grub for this one. And then maybe... Doesn't really matter what. Maybe just a mouse. Yep, no mouse this time. It's like 50% chance now to barn all. That's pretty good that it hit like 50% of all the time. Because usually this just misses, or maybe you just place something in this this general area and it doesn't even have any dice to reroll. So playing that there is like 2 eggs, and then playing this I should have like 2 food left only, so I'll get like 2 points probably, but that's fine. I don't mind. Like if I would hoard up more food and just go for like winning this round, like the whole difference is like 4 points. Don't think it's too much worse it. Bird with a food cost of 3 food. Probably take that. I'm gonna play this at the end as well, so that's gonna be at least 3. So maybe I'll get to 4 and then we'll get the big points. So yay. Played all of these expensive birds here to even get like 3 victory points from my first like bonus card. So cards left in the deck is still like 281. So yeah, I think it's just too many cards if you play this way. Like it can be nice, but to play it like this all the time, I think it just gets a little bit too random. It's just not so much strategy, it's just do something and yeah, at the end just figure out how many points you have. But not too much strategy, just do whatever. Now in this game, I think we did have some strategy, like we went for just relying on the red-winged blackbird for eggs mostly, then playing some cards here in the grasslands for bonus cards and like some food. This is just a starter bird, and this is just a bird for getting more nectar. And like spending a nectar here, you'll get maybe 2 nectar back even, so. And I played this bird to even draw a few more birds so I get to see more cards, so maybe I'll keep better birds instead of like having to play birds which are not like super nice. So I'm just gonna play this. It's gonna cost me food. I'll end with like 3 food, which is just fine. I don't even care if I lose like this end around goal. And I think these points are looking pretty okay for having a decent score. Like, I think for Oceania, like, because you start with like an additional nectar, so you have at least 1 resources at the start extra to spend, and you could spend it on like any food really. Like you could use the nectar for like a one of these or one of these or one of these. Food of that type, whatever. So it's like 1 resource more, and then you get to have like extra points here for nectar spent. So I think for this Oceania you can get like higher scoring. But what I've seen like mostly for my games is that my games are mostly like more average. So like I'm getting like 90 points at the end, or maybe 87. A lot of times I get like 100 points. Sometimes even like 120 or 110 or so. Mostly it's like, I think like the average is like 100. It's usually doesn't get like above like 110. But with like the European expansion or Eurasian expansion, I don't even know what's it called. I don't even know if the game knows what it's called. It's my turn? It's not my turn. The European expansion. Alright then. They do know what it's called. But yeah, if I would play like a normal game, like base game plus European expansion, I would probably on average get about the same score. Like 110 or like 100. But it just feels like sometimes with that you get like higher. Like you can get all the way up to like 200 points, or like 160 or 130. Like 130 is like crazy on just base game plus European expansion. But there's like lots of cards which you could use for like laying a lot of eggs, or like getting a lot of food, or getting a lot of cores, or tucking a lot of cores, or like building a tuck engine like pretty fast, and then just being able to use that like every single turn. But usually it's best to just keep it a little bit general. If you want to build a tuck engine, then maybe Also try to have a little bit of food income, just in case you like draw like very good birds that you do want to play. And then if you have those birds, then maybe you'll get like even better points. And if you have like a big egg laying machine, then maybe you do want to have some extra birds to have more spaces to lay eggs. At this game we're not gonna lay a lot of eggs. Just because the egg laying machine is just 2 eggs, or I have to spend cords or food even, which is just very bad. Lay 1 egg on a bird with a wingspan less than 30. I was just gonna see if I had one, but I do have one. Just the Bell's Vireo, which is like one of the few. Like with the Oceania, they did add a few things, which kind of makes it nice, but generally I'd rather go without it. But I can't even. So we're just gonna do like 1 nectar trade for 2 nectar. And we're getting a mouse again. Still roughly like 50% on that, which is pretty good. It's like with the Oceania, you get like you get the nectar, which is like kind of maybe a good idea, but for me it's like just feels like a super arbitrary goal. Like you get some nice birds like this. It's like a strange tucking thing. You need a wingspan over 65 centimeters, but then you get to like tuck it plus cash a mouse. So that might be strong. But just some stuff. This gets you like more food. They have maybe some nice things with bonus cards. You get to like trade your bonus cards more with Oceania. And then Game Ant is mostly super useless. Well, maybe not useless, but in like the first 2 rounds you should definitely probably not play those. And like with Oceania, you get also the what's it called? You get birds with a wingspan which have like a star, which is like it counts for like being big and also like small. So that's kind of a novel idea, I think. And yeah, Little Penguin. Draw and discard 5 cards from the deck. For each food in their food cost, cash 1 fish from the supply on this bird. Like the first time I played this, I thought, oh, okay, this is pretty good, because actually you get to catch like a lot of fish if you do draw some fish. But the first time I played that, I just draw birds and it just didn't have any fish in it. Of course, so what are we gonna play? This one? Can we win any nectar? Maybe we win the nectar. It's a lot of points as well for 8, so probably okay. It's gonna cost all my eggs. Like we have 4 birds here. Maybe if we play like 1 more forest bird. we get like 1 or 2 additional points for this bonus card. Wait, what? This one. The habitat with the fewest birds. But I don't think I will be able to do that. Because I need eggs in order to play more birds. And then I need food to play those birds too. And also I need cards to draw. Or cards to play the eagle. So probably just gonna draw some cards for the eagle. And then I might play that one? No. Depending on what we draw, maybe we'll play something, but most likely we'll just draw cards. Then we're split. It's also very arbitrary here, like if you... It's like another thing, like if you like barely lose, so you're second place, then it's like, yeah, you lost like 3 points. The opponents get 3 points more, so good job. Okay, we can lay an egg. Should probably lay it here on this bird, because this one counts towards the birds with a nest type in the trees. Or it's like, I think it's a hole in the tree nest, something like that. Or it's like a something to do with a hole nest. Draw cards, right? So draw cards and then just lay eggs to meet this end of round goal. Let's see, we could discard an egg, but not gonna do that. Fine. Discard cards, fine. So the green person has 4. They have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 is their max even. At least at this point. They could still play a bird maybe, and then might be up to 5. So just only if they play a bird, they might have more than me. Because I can have like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I might just tie this, but then because I tie it, I get like, which is like 5 points. And they get, instead of 7, get 5 points, and I get, instead of 4, I get 5. So but the difference between players is then like, well, I don't know. Math is hard. It probably doesn't matter in the end. Just gonna lay eggs and see what the outcome is gonna be. It says only here 90, but the eagle is gonna count for like 8 points, and then laying eggs is gonna count for like 4 points. Because if I play this, I'm gonna tuck like 3 cards. That's like 10 points. I'm gonna spend 2 eggs, and that's then 8 points. I wish the game was over. Because I had nothing to add to this. Oh, they played a bird. They also played an eagle at the end. What a surprise. So this is the other eagle, which is like 1 point more. They have 1 egg space less, which is basically the same bird. They only took 2 cards because they have like no more cards to tuck. Did they spend nectar even doing that? They didn't. Okay. And this person is playing this bird, which is strange. Like it will count towards that, but it's only like 4-point bird. Like maybe it has to do with their bonus cards that they play it like that. But like playing a 4-point bird here at the end, which costs like 2 eggs to play even. Not sure if that's the right play usually. So we're just gonna lay eggs. Let's see, I think discarding a card is better. Like if you... I believe if you tie at the end, it's like whoever has the most food available first, and then if you tie and you also have the same amount of food, then it goes to check if you have the same amount of cards left over, maybe. But I think food is more important than cards. Right, that's a 9-point bird, goodbye. So let's put the eggs here, here, and there, and I get to lay this egg here. So we could spend those 2 eggs on building the eagle. Do all the players get 1 from the supply? I wonder if I should give them. Like this guy doesn't have any bird to build with that grub, so don't mind giving that. And here they might have something to play if I do give them that. But it might be a trap for them. Yeah, whatever. I'm just giving them just one more thing to do. It's always nice to play the eagle last. Probably gonna tie here with Wahoo for the eggs in cavities. Is it cavities? Wonder if there's like any place in the game where it actually tells you exactly that. Like what is even the official term of these things? I don't know if it does anywhere. Click to check the end of round goals and your score. Yeah. With this specific nest type, well, that's great. That is still amazing that it just says like that. Horse Fields Bronze Cuckoo. So we get to lay an X-Rag. Fine, I guess. We'll just lay it here. Doesn't matter too much, it's just one more point, I guess. So play this, change this to tuck cards, and we could just spend this egg or that egg, it doesn't matter. I believe they're now activating the round end power, so they can tuck like they can discard grain for tucking cords behind the bird. And then also like the game end where you get just he got to lay like an egg in every. Okay, maybe that's that, I don't know. The game has finished. Thank you, Steam. Well, regardless if I win or lose, let's see, I kinda did well on the nectar. But it was like pretty boring. Pretty boring game. I think I did pretty well on this game. But yeah. 111. Just won that on the bonus cards, I guess, and the nectar, which the green player didn't do well on the nectar. But they also had some bonus cards, but more end around goals. I usually don't focus too much on that because I like that difference. It's like 9, 11 and 16 and I didn't even pay too much attention to it. I had like very few eggs at the end because I wasn't laying much eggs. But yeah, won in the end. GG. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'm not sure if I'll upload that. That's just... yeah, that's that. Bye.